Quick. All right. You want to start on?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll ask you to introduce yourself and kind of just like tell us what you do and everything. That sound good?
Follow me.
All right. So we're here with Nick Winger. Can you tell us just kind of what you do and why you do it?
So it's actually Wenger, but and
Oh,
everyone has a
Wenger?
hard time with it. Everyone has a hard time with it. So y'all are good.
I didn't know
I didn't know that
that.
either.
Y'all are good. Y'all are good. So I'm Nick Winger. I run Nick Winger Designs. It's like a sports marketing company, and I don't know. I mean, it's my job. I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
It's
How'd you
making
start?
money.
How'd you start?
Um, I grew up playing baseball and quit. I guess freshman year of high school, I almost broke my neck running to first, and when I was out. I had a bad concussion, messed my arm up and everything else. So I was out for a while, and I was scrolling through Instagram, saw a guy making graphics, and decided I want to try that. Downloaded some apps, and I think my junior year the apps quit working because my graphics were getting too crazy on my phone, and
Yep.
here we are, I guess.
Yep. No, that's cool. Yeah, I kind of want to ask you about what are your kind of like your favorite moments, kind of favorite games that you've done, that you've shot, or even, something like that.
Um, favorite mo? I mean, I've had some cool moments. Honestly, I've had some really cool experiences during my time with all this. My freshman year of college, like a senior year of high school, I started making graphics for Stanford. And during that time, like I went back and forth making graphics with them. I really didn't have any idea what I wanted to do with my life or whatever at that point in time in high school. I was just a kid at Admiral Footer Rock, just trying to make some money and have fun or whatever, make some cool connections.
Yep.
And it ended up, they ended up flying me out there, and I was basically on a recruiting visit essentially. They tried to get me to go out there, but I went to a game. I was out there on the field for pregame and toured all of their stuff. That was a really cool experience. I guess do graphics, and then I guess anytime I go to like a sports center event, it's really fun. I mean, I'm watching the best high school players across the country. I'm taking pictures, doing what I love to do, making graphics that go on TV, and the pictures are on their ESPN broadcast. It's really cool feeling to see so many people are looking at my work.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I forgot you did that because I know what you did. Like, have you done like Cooper Flag and like some of those guys from
Yeah,
that class?
I've
Yeah,
I've seen Cooper Flag probably 15 times probably.
it's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah,
All right.
But yeah,
So
I mean, my favorite like high school games are like, around here, like Arkansas. I mean, to be honest with you, they all kind of run together. I mean, there's
yeah,
recency bias in them, but I mean, there's been good ones throughout, honestly. But it's kind of hard to say stuff around here, like a specific game.
yeah. I remember when we were freshmen, we had the Russellville Bologna game at Bologna. I thought that was a great game. That was fun, and Danya getting securing that win. I know Danya is awesome. He's a great player. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that game. Yeah, it was at Bologna. It was. I think everybody was wearing white or something. It was packed out. They rushed the court when they won or something. It was.
Yeah, we rushed the court. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah,
you probably don't remember this.
yeah,
We took a picture with you outside the arena.
yeah,
Did y'all really? I do kind
Yeah,
of remember
yeah,
it now.
yeah, yeah. That was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah,
All right, so kind of looking into football right now. Could you tell us kind of your favorites for 5, 6, and 7A in football?
I think you'd be crazy to not say Bryant in 7A, especially what they just did to Conway. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think they've lost all year long, and I don't know if they've had even any close games. To be honest with you, all year long it feels like it. Bryant's kind of run away with it. 6A, I like the Archers and Greenwood, but I think Benton's pretty good, but I'm going with Greenwood. They got a chip on their shoulder too with Isaiah passing and that
yeah.
whole ordeal. And losing a piece like that's huge, but um, I like Greenwood there. Kane Archer's never lost a game. I think he's probably in the driver's seat to win Gatorade Player of the Year. I would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh, him and his brother's stats for that matter, they match up with. I mean, record wise, he really.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them, they're about to set records this year. So I think Kane's probably about to beat the completion percentage record by like 5 or 6 points if he can stay on
That's
track with what he's
ridiculous.
doing. I think he's
Yeah.
at like almost 85% on the season.
Gosh.
That's crazy.
5A, I mean, I think you have to say Parkview. I
Yeah.
think Amarion Robinson, or I think his injury might hold him back a little bit, but I'm not sure when he comes back, but I know he had surgery or something not that long ago.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what all he had. I know he had a high ankle sprain, but
Yeah.
that's a big loss. But I think Parkview would be just fine. They have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking those kind of 7, 6, 5, 8, you've got a clear favorite, and then it's like who's gonna be the team that's gonna play them. I don't really see any upset, yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it's kind of sad, but it's kind of felt that way the last 3 or 4 years. It just kind of feels like you already know the winner. I'm like,
Yep.
all right, let's just chalk it up and move on to the next year. And then next year you're excited for next year to see new people, and then it's the same deal. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure Greenwood will be just fine with Kane coming back.
Yep.
Parkview's gonna be just fine, and you have to imagine Bryant's gonna be just fine too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like basketball a lot more. I feel like there's more flexibility, there's more teams that
yeah, there's more parity. There's people when kids leave, I don't really know. I mean, even in basketball, I don't know who would win honestly right now in basketball. It's kind of early,
yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah, no, because I know we just played this Saturday. We beat Cabot, I think 57-33, I think. That was a good win for us. We've only beat them by one last year. I know they lost a lot of guys, but I think it's good for us to be a 6-18 like that. But I think
yeah,
Benville and Central, they played a good game up there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to speak too much on rumors and stuff, but it's starting to seem like Central's getting a pretty good piece back. So,
Oh, yeah, about
uh,
Luke?
cent- yeah, I don't
Oh yeah.
know. I don't
You
know
don't
if he's gonna
know?
be eligible. I really have no idea how that stuff works, but
Huh. Was
I
he
don't
not
know.
at Sunrise? Is he not at Sunrise?
He went to Sunrise for a little bit, but there's some buzz that he might be coming back. So,
Huh. That'll be big for
so
6A.
I mean,
That'd be
since that 6A
huge.
Central, I mean, North Little Rock's loaded,
Yep.
Bryant's loaded, Conway's really young, and they're talented. They have a really good coach now from the Magnolia guys there now.
Yep.
Central gets Luke back. Luke's probably going to be player of the year, I would imagine.
Uh,
Um, I mean, Kellen, I think Kellen's going to put up stats too, but Luke will be there by himself. Not by himself, but he's the only senior on that team. So
yep.
I would imagine Luke's stats will be off the charts. Southwest, honestly, they're not too bad this year.
Yeah,
They got a
they're talented. Yeah.
forward. Um, Jonesboro with West Swift. I mean, the 6A
Yep.
Central is loaded. And then in the West, you got Mulger's back, Isaiah Sealy, Fayetteville's pretty good team. Bentonville's Bentonville's I think their shortest starter is like 6'3", so
It's
it'll be a tough
ridiculous.
matchup for
And
people.
they have Coach P.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I mean the whole 6A is incredible. It's kind of hard to even pick a winner right now. I would imagine Springdale's probably the favorites to win, but this far out, who knows? Bryant's loaded. They brought everybody back from last year.
Yeah. I played most of those teams during the summer. I figure Bryant wins. I'm telling you, that team is so talented. I mean, I don't know. That team is ridiculous. I guess RJ's still there, and then they got Kellen and all.
Kellen,
Yeah.
CB. I mean, yeah,
The
yeah.
team's
There's some good.
ridiculous.
It's kind of crazy how good the basketball talent is. Even though it feels like this year all the talent's kind of down, it feels like overall, but I guess it's starting to fall back in pieces where people are coming back and starting to
Yeah.
shape out to be pretty good.
Yeah. And so Cortland is he back at Harvard?
He's back.
Okay. So it
Yeah,
didn't work
he'll
out with
be.
O'Kill.
Yeah, next. I'm not really sure what went wrong there. I haven't talked to anyone really about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, next Friday and Saturday we got a little matchup showcase thing, and
I think I'm gonna
hope.
be there at least for Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think he's playing the 7 o'clock game. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah,
Eight o'clock,
that'll be
or
fun to
I
watch.
think 8:30. We got JJ Andrews and Sealy, Muldrew and Kellen before that. I think
Nice.
off the top of my head, I want to say Terrion Burgess is before that. Luke Moore plays that morning. Um, top of my head, I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, I mean it's a loaded little slate to be honest with you. It'll be a
Yeah, it
good
Uh,
match.
is.
yeah, no,
I
that's
mean,
fun that they do that. There's so much talent there that you can just go there and watch. I mean, it's fun because I think we're gonna play some of those teams. I know Harrison's in there. Um,
yeah,
They're pretty solid, but I think yeah, it'd be fun. I'm gonna try to go up there and watch that.
yeah, we'd love to have y'all down. It's kind of weird. This is my first time kind of being in like the event planning
Okay, so
side of
you're
things.
kind of planning it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm definitely on the committee, I guess you could say. There's a
Yeah,
group of like 3 or 4 of us that have kind of helped put it on and do matchups and everything else. But yeah,
Awesome. That's
yeah.
really cool. So What have you been hired by anybody? Any like teams specific for this season?
I have teams reach out all the time trying to get me for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I try not to take that on those kind of roles. And if someone wants me for a few games, that's fine. But um, I mean, I got photo shoots 3 or 4 times a week right now.
Yep.
I know I got a vacation in January. If Sports Center hires me, I'm not. I mean, I don't say no to them. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
I say yes to a whole basketball team, there's gonna be a lot of games where I'm not gonna be there. So
right.
I
Yeah.
try to not take on those kind of roles. But like Coach Hutchcraft with Conway, they hire me all the time for graphics.
Hmm.
Just little things here and there that I mean, if a team wants to hire me for something, that's fine. But I try to stay as unbiased as I can and try to cover as many people as I can. Whoever hires me for a photo shoot, I try to touch their games as much as I can and
Yep.
Right.
go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so I want to ask how much. So I know you talk about you've been driving a ton. So how much like how many hours does it take are you driving to like all this stuff throughout the week?
Well, today I'm at Bedford camera right now. I'm gonna go buy another camera. Today I don't have a photo shoot. I left today kind of open actually, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean I mean that's kind of been my mo I guess for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm driving all over the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to Jonesboro to do Euler and A State. I think KK is out for the year. Unfortunately, I put it on my calendar before he
Oh,
tore
that
his ACL,
sucks.
but
Oh,
yeah, he tore his
I know.
ACL.
That
It's
sucks.
it's a tough blow for your last year of college basketball. I think he'd probably be eligible for another year, but
Yeah, you
he's
can
been
probably
playing
get
for a long
on.
time. So
Yeah.
I would imagine he wants to go on and go for the pro route. But yeah, I'm going to go watch Darian and Joseph play Euler. I think Creed from Little Rock Christian is playing for Euler. I don't really remember who all they have, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be up in Jonesboro, and then I can check my calendar right now. I don't know if I messed the camera up or not, but yeah, Wednesday I'll be in Hazen for a photo shoot, and then Thursday I'll be in Crossit for a photo shoot.
Hmm.
Sorry, did my camera mess up? Okay, I'm back
No,
on there
you're
now.
good.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, yeah, I got the showcase.
Yep.
If I didn't have that, I'd probably be at the Texas game in Fayetteville. So it's it's all the time.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean you enjoy doing it though. That's it's fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're your own boss doing what you love to do, it kind of works out pretty good.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I've been kind of blessed with everything kind of fell into place. I guess whenever y'all took a picture with y'all, things were probably going good, but I never saw it getting to where it is now. To be honest with
Yep.
you,
No, yeah, I mean yeah, that's massive. Yeah. Sure.
but I mean, I just kind of worked hard, and it just kind of fell into place and worked out. It's pretty cool how so you kind of set your mind on something and it all works out. It's definitely relieving, I guess. I don't know what the word you want to use there, but
No, yeah.
So wait, so how did you first get the opportunity with Sports Center?
yeah, like I said earlier, I made graphics for Conway all the time. So right now I got three signing day graphics. I think signing day is tomorrow, maybe. I got three to do tonight. Um, and then I'm doing their alumni graphics for some alumni thing pretty soon. Like Conway hires me for stuff all the time. And the year they had Chloe Clardy, Savannah Scott, and then the three girls that are going to UCA now, like they had a really good team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, they were actually in one of Sports Center's events, and
Mm.
I made a flyer. I mean, a lot of times when Coach Hutchcraft will call me for a flyer, it's last minute. I really don't have time to mess with it.
Yeah.
And the same held true that time. I mean, on my computer, I have just backlogs of templates of stuff I've made in the past.
Hmm.
So whenever I'm kind of last minute on the spot, I'll just throw stuff into a template. And I literally just threw stuff in a template real fast and sent it off to her. And Sports Center loved the graphic. They were Conway's in their event. They put it out like, oh look, Conway's in our event thing, and they're like, who made that graphic? And Coach Hutchcraft called me one night, and she's like, hey, I have a interesting opportunity. I think you might want to hear him out. Do you want me to give your phone number? I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. I guess. I mean, I figured somebody wanted another graphic like North Little
Yeah.
Rock or Cabot or somebody wanted a graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. So and then I got a phone call a couple days later or whatever, and it was this girl Emily. She works for Sports Center. She called me up and she wanted me to make some graphics, and yeah, I can make some graphics, whatever. So they ended up paying me, I think for 30 graphics. I think they like booked me out for 30 of them for all the commitments and stuff for a while, and think we were like on graphic number 5 or 6, and she said, "Hey, do you know anybody that can take pictures?" And she was genuinely asking. She didn't know I took pictures,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, I can. Like I do it as well." And she said, "Send me some of your work," and sent some of my pictures off. And then her boss called me, and now we're pretty close. I think her boss is getting married in Italy next year, and I'm invited to their wedding. So
Awesome.
I'm pretty close to all of them, and they love my pictures. And I think anytime they can hire someone, they usually hire me. It feels like for pictures and stuff. I think
No,
their
yeah.
sponsorship kind of got messed up. I think Geico kind of threw a wrench in it. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but it used to be Geico Nationals, and now it's not that anymore. So
Oh,
I think their sponsorship kind of got through a wrench in it. But that first year with them, they flew me to Chicago, Washington D.C. I was in Florida twice, San Diego. I think that's about it. But I mean, that was only about a 3 month span.
yeah. No, yeah,
That's
that's cool.
insane.
No, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yes, I
just
want
a kid from Arkansas.
yeah, just kidding from Arkansas. Yeah. I want to ask you, so I know you do kind of football and basketball, but I figured I kind of figure I know the answer to the question, but do you like football or you like basketball more, kind of shooting it?
I like basketball way more.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
think,
figured.
well, I think a lot of that has to do with I've made such good connections with the basketball people,
Yeah,
and there's it feels like there's way more talent in basketball, to be honest with you, in the state of
I
Arkansas.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
In football, for whatever reason, we don't quite get the talent. And I think a lot of kids, I mean, a lot of names come to mind. I'm not blaming under the bus, but a lot of kids are probably better off in football, and they probably be in the NFL in football, to be honest with you, and or at least high level college athlete. And for whatever reason, they choose to play basketball, and they're at like a
Yeah,
UAPB size school, and it doesn't really work out for them. So I think if a lot of kids, I think basketball's just grown so much in the state of Arkansas, where
I
to answer
agree.
your question, it's kind of a no brainer to pick the sport.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think
We talked about that many times. How it's kind of insane how much talent Arkansas has in
Yeah.
basketball alone.
yeah.
Well, I like him enough, and I think he would agree with me enough. We're pretty good friends, but like I remember when I started taking pictures with the Woods Elite. It was back 2018, maybe. We had
Mm-hmm.
Chris Moore. He was from West Memphis, the big
Yep.
old. He
Yep.
was like a power forward, probably in high school, and he was phenomenal. I mean, with the Woods Elite on our EYBL thing, I think he was second team all EYBL. I mean, he was beating. It didn't matter if it was Cade Cunningham or Paulo Banchero. I mean, whoever was in front of him, Greg Brown, he was killing everyone.
Yep.
I mean, he was going for almost a triple double every night, every game, really. And I think Woods Elite. I think we went to the championship that year. Even like we were a really good team, and it was because of Chris. And you look at him. I mean, look at Auburn now, and he's just a role guy, a
Yep.
rebound and roll guy. That I mean, he knew at his size he wasn't going to go to the NBA. At 6'6" power forward doesn't take you too far.
Yep.
I
Right.
remember in high school he was there was videos of him pushing school buses. Chris at defensive end or at tight end, he probably would have
It would
been
have
in
been
the NFL. To be
insane.
honest with
Oh,
Yeah.
him at tight end would be ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
you. Yeah, defensive end or I mean even like a I think his hands are good enough to go elsewhere, but like even at like a left tackle or something at his size, they put a
Yeah.
little more weight
Yeah.
on him.
Put some weight
His
on.
footwork, I mean, he's making a lot of money doing that. So, I mean, I think he loves basketball, so it kind of worked out for him. He's playing the SEC got a
Yep.
great degree at Auburn. I think he did 4 or 5 years there, but yeah, I think that had a lot to do with me choosing basketball over it. And the state also pushes basketball way harder than
Yeah.
football, to be honest.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yes. I just want to ask maybe just a couple more questions. So I want
Y'all
to
are
get your
fine.
thoughts. You talked about 6A. I want to get your thoughts kind of at 5A and what you're thinking, kind of some of the teams there
For basketball,
for basketball. For basketball, yes.
um, well, yeah, Little Rock Christian, JJ Andrews. I mean, he's phenomenal. This might be like a hot take, but I mean, I don't know if you look at just winning and playing your role and doing what it takes to win. Off the top of my head, in the last like 5 or 6 years, there's not a guy I don't think I'd rather have on my team than JJ. I mean, you can
Yep.
plug him in anywhere. He can play all 5 positions. His freshman year, he was guarding Rashad Marshall. He ended up at Ole Miss, and then I think he's killing it at A State now. But I mean, I think Rashad was a top 50 player in the country, and JJ as a
Freshman guard.
freshman
Yeah.
locked him down, was getting rebounds over him. And now you look at him, and I think he was like the starting shooting guard maybe for his Brad Bilton that won Peach Jam. And you look at him at
Yeah.
Little Rock Christian, and he just plays his role and does everything the right way. we had him at our little media day thing a few weeks ago, and he just speaks like a pro.
Yep.
I don't think there's enough nice things you can say about JJ Andrews, honestly. Um, I'm trying to think of other teams. I know we have Pine Bluff playing in our little showcase thing. They're back-to-back state champs.
Yep.
They might have a down year, but again, like we had, I think Coach had a good quote at media day. They're still Pine Bluff. Everyone
Yep.
still wants to beat them. Lake Hamilton, they have a phenomenal coach. I don't know how they
Yep.
just keep reloading. Something about their, I think he said they got 4 guys that are starting. Or maybe he said 5 guys. I don't remember, but 4 or 5 guys in the starting lineup that all shoot 40% from three.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
That's
Wow.
yeah.
I don't know, something about it. They can just fill it up.
Oh
Jay
yeah.
Hayes, Jay Hayes at Hot Springs. I think he's any night he's capable of going for 40.
Yeah, I think Hot Springs underrated. They got a dude from Lake Hamilton too.
Yeah,
Late run.
LeBron. Yeah,
Yeah. They're gonna be solid. I think
Harris,
Maumelle and are good too.
Maumelle has all the talent. They have. I think I did their pictures about a month ago now, maybe a month and a half ago, and I think
Yeah.
he said they had 9 transfers.
I know, like their whole I saw the
Oh
whole team.
my.
I like they're like all transferred. I know they got Jason from Jacksonville and they got a couple dudes from Charter and all they got
Yeah,
so
they
many
have the
guys.
charter kids. Um, the kid from Conway, the point guard.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
they literally. I mean, and the kids that transferred in, they were all starters at their other places. Now they're going to be starting
Mm-hmm.
for Maumelle's JV team because they don't have
Yeah.
enough spots.
It's like, well, that was a smart move. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Maumelle's loaded. Kind of put me on the spot. I wasn't thinking about 5A, but I mean, and honestly, I don't think they'll win a state championship. But Harrison's really, really good. We had them in our team camp,
I
and
would say they're good. Yeah.
Harrison looked awesome. Farmington. I mean,
They're another great team, yeah.
I know we're talking about boys, but Farmington girls
Oh yeah.
last year they lost one game last year, and it was to a top 10 team in the country. I mean,
That's
they lost one
ridiculous.
game like high school, 8th grade, 7th grade, like the whole program lost one game.
That's so
Are
ridiculous.
you serious?
That's
And all they
crazy.
did, they lost some big players, obviously, but all they did was bring up a
They
ninth
got that
grader now
freshman,
that's got,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's got offers. She's number 10, number 8 in the country, I think, overall.
That's ridiculous. Farmington
How does Farmington do that?
I don't know.
Farmington's ridiculous. And even their boys team, I mean,
Yeah.
that coach, both their boys and girls coach, I don't know if there's a better combination of boys and
Yep.
girls coach in the state of Arkansas. I don't think
I
there's even a
agree.
debate, honestly.
Yeah.
Johnny Taylor, and I can't, I'm drawing a blank on the girls coach's name, but
Yeah, he's
he's
from
awesome.
Darnell. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
girls
he's
coach.
awesome. Lane Taylor's dad, something about it, he just knows how to make them play.
Yeah.
He had a quote at his media day thing, and he doesn't do drill work. He just tells them to run 5-on-5. Like he says, the best way to learn basketball is to play basketball.
Huh.
I think
That's
I don't
interesting.
know. I don't know if they cut players or not. I don't think they do cut players, but I think at one point they had like 30 players in the off season. So they were running like 12-on-12, 15-on-15 or whatever, like with subs.
That's insane.
And
Yeah,
he would make all the different players play different positions, so they all know now. They all know
huh.
every position. They all know what to do. So
Yeah, I've
Farmington's really,
never heard
really
that
good.
coach. Yeah, Farmington,
Yeah,
they're gonna be good. Yeah,
Benton's got tons of talent.
agreed.
Dexter Hendricks, their coach, he's a good dude. He tries to hire me for stuff all the time. You asked me that earlier. He's tried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think this is a hot take, but I'm playing. I think 5A West is going to be the best conference in 5A this year. I think with us, Alma, Harrison, and Farmington, I think we've got the most depth. I think Mount Home's also a really good team. I think we've got the most depth, and I think South is kind of down a little bit this year with Pine Bluff and Lake Hamilton, and then Central's like they're pretty comparable. I feel like to us.
Yeah. The thing about the South is, I mean, it feels like they're always in it. Like I think they had 3
Yeah.
teams in the Final Four last year.
Yep. I just don't. I personally, I've seen them play. I don't think Pine Bluff, Lake Hamilton. I think Lake Hamilton will still be all right. I really don't think Pine Bluff's going to be like that great. I think they'll be good just because they have a winning program, but like they won't be state championship level. I don't feel like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
Coach Dixon's a great coach. I mean,
he
anytime you win
is. Yeah.
back-to-back state championships, I know you lost. I think they lost 7 seniors, I mean 8 seniors, but and you lose that much, it's a lot. Courtney Crutchfield, and I mean they lost a lot last year, but I
Yeah.
think they'll be just fine. I mean, they're a scrappy team, and something
Yeah.
about Pine
Yeah.
Bluff, they always want to play basketball.
They'll keep it close for sure.
They
Yeah.
have all the talent.
But yeah.
Trying to
I
think,
was. Yeah. I'll ask one more. I just want to get your thoughts kind of on the transfer portal in high school football and basketball, and then I think wraps it up. Yeah.
Um, I mean, here's the thing. Everyone wants to talk bad about it, but the kids were
Yeah.
doing it anyways. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not quite to the extreme as it is now, but I
Yeah.
mean, I remember even when I was in high school back, I think 2015, I think KJ Jeff, not KJ Jeff, KJ Hill. I mean,
Yep.
that's a Bryant kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kids were transferring long before it was legal or illegal. Now they can do it without having to sit out and not have any complications. I mean, if a kid thinks that their situation's better somewhere else at this point, I mean, you can't really fault someone for going to make the situation better. I
Yep.
mean, it's sad that the kids leave so much, but I mean, it's the same way in college now too. So why would you make high school any different than what college is?
Yep.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I
that's a good
mean,
take.
with NIL and stuff, it's taken over
Yeah. You getting
college. I mean,
prepared.
I think I like it a little more in basketball because I guess it's a little more intimate and the kids are playing with each other growing up the whole time, like on AAU and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at football. I don't like it as much in football. I mean, because the kids are just going to the whole situation, a different situation. I think it's a little bit different, but in basketball, I don't really have that much of an issue with it, honestly.
Yeah. 'Cause
Because
I think
they were doing it anyways.
Yeah, and basketball, like I feel like you kind of, yeah, like you said, you kind of know everyone in the state. Like you kind of build relationships with people.
Football's not like that.
Yeah,
Not at
agreed.
all.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah,
So I mean, a kid goes from Little Rock to like a Benton or Bryant or something, and I'm
it's
sure you know a couple kids on the team, but you're not just gelling the same way.
yeah,
And and I don't know the. I mean, I understand it's a different situation, and I know it's not quite what you're asking, but like even Cortland and Luke, I mean, yeah, that was their team last year, but they came in at semester. Like
mm-hmm,
to me, I don't agree with that. I think the transfers need to be in place. I don't really know the truth to it either. I knew North Little Rock did. I did their pictures a few weeks ago, and their coach or parent, somebody was saying that they're expecting to transfer like a big man, what they said, whatever that means. I don't know who. I have no idea, honestly. But I mean, I don't think you should be able to transfer in the middle of the year. I mean, I think once
yeah,
you're in, you're in. But
Yeah, that's kind of
other than
crazy.
that,
no, yeah. I mean,
if
you know
you're
what
if you're
happened?
moving in the summer, if your address is physically moving, you shouldn't have any issues moving. I will
Yeah,
say this. I will say this. With the way the transfers are now, the private schools should not have to do the sit out a year thing.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
they always say the private schools are recruiting or whatever. You're paying $15,000 to go to Plastic Academy. You're transferring for free. You're paying $15,000 to go to Plastic Academy and sit out a year, versus you go to North Little Rock or whatever and transfer.
Free and just
I
yeah,
mean, if you wanted to, you could go to Central, North Little Rock, Maumelle, and then Southwest or whatever. All 4 years, if you wanted to, and not have it sit out a single time. You go to PA, you sit out a year because you recruited. But all the inner city schools down here, they're transferring all over the
yeah.
place without any
They're all
restrictions and
recruiting.
recruiting.
Yeah, they're all
I'm sure
recruiting.
it's a little bit different when you breach out a little bit. Like I think y'all are in Russellville, right?
Yep.
Yes,
I mean, I have to imagine the transfer portal isn't quite that bad up there. I mean, a
we
kid
we
might go
never
to
get
Fulton.
transferred.
No, especially yeah, up in the kind of
When there's
northwest.
nowhere else to go, you're kind of stuck there.
It's
But
Yeah,
down
bad.
it's
here,
mainly
they were moving anyways down
yeah,
here, so it doesn't make a difference.
it's mainly Fayetteville, Farmington. I feel like that's kind of the main one, kind of that area.
Yeah,
But like Russellville, we don't get anything. We're
Yeah,
kind of in the middle. We're kind of in the middle of everything, so we just don't get anything. But we always
yeah.
stay.
I mean, like Springdale, all the kids were good. All those kids went to Harbor last year. Muldrew left. All the kids went to Springdale this year. Now Muldrew's back, but I
Yeah,
mean, now
kind of
Springdale's the team
ridiculous.
to beat now. I
Yeah,
just kind of part of it now. It's just kind of something we're gonna have to get used to because it's not going to change.
yeah, no,
If that's how it is in college, it's not going to be changing anything different in high school,
yeah,
unfortunately.
I agree. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me on. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm
Yes,
definitely
sir.
willing.
I think I'll post this interview probably tomorrow or either the next day, and then I'll put that in my story or whatever, and I can text you about it or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All
Thank y'all
right.
for having me on.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right. Bye.